There's an old Chinese expression that says a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Unless you happen to be on the Route 9 corridor in Lakewood, then a journey of one step could seem like it's 1,000 miles. For a year, the township has been studying traffic patterns, and now they finally decided to do something like they say about the weather. Everybody talks about it, but nobody seems to do anything about it. But now, they've called a meeting for people to state what they feel about what the problem is, their frustrations, and what can be done about it.
I'm Frank Scarantino. I'm the Ocean County engineer. The purpose of this study, the goal, if you would, is to develop an access management plan for Lakewood Township and also for Toms River Township. Each town would have their own plan, and it would create a vision for what Route 9 would ultimately look like. And that would allow the township to shape what the corridor could become.
Why is it taking this long for something to finally be decided to be done about it?
Well, unlike previous studies that were done, this actually mandates a plan that every form of development and redevelopment would have to follow moving forward. Without this, that's never been done before. There's only 2 other towns in the entire state that ever did an access management plan.
Do you think this will make a difference in the traffic pattern?
I think it will begin to put into place short-term improvements that will fit the long-term goal, and those short-term improvements will begin to give relief to and abate traffic congestion in Lakewood.
What type of time frame do you think we're looking about to actually implement something that'll make a difference?
I think the plan could be in place in as little as 8 months. And after that, each development that comes to the planning board would have to conform to the plan.
If they're going to actually widen it?
What do you think the solution is for the Route 9 problem?
The best solution, of course, would be to widen it. But if it's not possible due to funding or any other legalities, then we ought to do as many small fixes as possible.
Do you find it frustrating driving on Route 9?
Yes, definitely. I do take that, I accept it that that's what we have to deal with, and that's part of life, that we have difficulties.
How much time more do you allot yourself when you're traveling on Route 9, when you have to get anywhere?
Well, I don't travel that much on Route 9. I don't spend that much time on the actual Route 9. I do have to get through part of Route 9. So I can't say I allot a specific amount of time, but I know that I'm going to have to deal with it.
I think is the real problem. What do you think ought to be done?
Well, I think the problem is that we can't move from south to the center of Lakewood. It really takes a long time, especially during busy times of the day. And we saw what they did when they made the turning lanes and they made the extra lanes on the other part of Lakewood, things kind of moved quickly. If we could do that by us and have that extra lane, it'll make things move so much quicker by us. That would be so helpful.
So Dave, what exactly is the problem with Route 9, and why at this juncture has the government decided to step in, and what do you think can be done?
Well, Route 9 is faced with a lot of traffic and congestion issues, as I think most people in the community realize. And this study is looking at things that can be done quickly and at a reasonable cost to improve mobility for drivers, pedestrians, and really all users of the roadway.
When you say cost, can we think those costs are being passed on to the taxpayers?
Well, there are public funds available for certain projects and improvements. One thing I will address is, because there's a lot of people at tonight's meeting, a lot of people we know in the community who are looking to see Route 9 widened. That is a long-term potential for the roadway. It's not what this study is currently addressing. There's a lot of funding constraints at the state level right now, but we do want to try to do some things to improve the roadway in the meantime, even as the state keeps that a long-term goal.
What would be some of those things that could be short-term remedy?
It could be improvements in traffic signal timing, improvements in left turns in certain intersections, those sorts of things. There's a variety of things that...
Should there be a strong public outcry or demand that Route 9 be widened? Do you think the government would listen?
Well, I think that message has been clearly received. As I said, it's really a question of constraints on funding for transportation at the state and federal level that the entire state of New Jersey and even beyond the entire country at the federal level is facing right now.
What do you think the problem is on Route 9, and what do you think the township really ought to do about it?
The same old problem. It's supposed to be 4 lanes. It's supposed to be that way since I bought a property there back in the 90s. And it's just, nothing happens.
So do you think something's going to happen this time, and what do you think should be done?
I think it should become a 4-lane highway without a median where you can make left turns.